So many of us spend hours at our desks every day, but is your setup actually helping you or holding you back? Your desk setup can play a huge role in how productive you are day to day, but also in how much you enjoy working long term. Your workspace should be a place that energizes and inspires you, not a place that you dread sitting at every day. And while upgrading your setup can definitely make a big difference, and let's be honest, it's pretty fun to do, it's very easy to get carried away wasting money on random accessories that don't really improve your workflow or make much of a difference. So in this video, I'll show you the desk setup upgrades that I think actually matter. Upgrades that will not only boost your productivity, but will turn your desk setup into a place that you truly enjoy spending time in. All right, let's kick things off with one of the most useful tools in my setup. If you use multiple monitors or plug in different external hard drives or accessories, this first upgrade really simplifies everything, and that is the CalDigit TS3 docking station. I researched, bought, tested, and returned multiple docking stations before finally settling on this one. It's got plenty of USB ports, a headphone jack, SD card reader, Ethernet port, and the ability to connect multiple monitors to my MacBook Pro, which is something that I simply couldn't do with other docking stations that I tried. So you can hook up your monitor, hard drives, accessories to the dock, and then just have a single cable running from the docking station to your laptop, which makes cable management way easier, and it's super convenient, especially if you use a laptop like me and you sometimes take it other places. You can just come home, quickly plug in the single cable, and instantly bring your setup to life. Now, it is a bit on the pricey side, I won't lie, but if you are more of a power user and have, I guess, a more advanced desk setup, then this is definitely worth the investment. Now, this next accessory I usually don't actually keep on my desk, but it's so good that I had to mention it in this video, and that is the Anker Mag Go. I had been looking to get a charger that could charge all three devices for quite a while, but I just couldn't find one that I liked the look of, was a reasonable price, and wasn't too bulky until Anker came out with this Mag Go 3 or whatever it's called. And all I can say is that I wish I had gotten it sooner. It's super convenient and allows you to charge all three devices at once, your iPhone, Apple Watch, and AirPods. And not only does it make my setup at home more minimalist and aesthetic, but it really comes in clutch when I travel, because now literally I just need to take this thing, I can fold it up just like that and stuff it into a backpack pocket, and I'm good to go with chargers. I don't need to worry about all these different cables and have that big chaotic mess like I used to have. Now, I typically don't recommend keeping your phone within arm's reach at your desk for obvious reasons, but the fact that you can put your phone in standby mode and use it as an alarm clock or to display your calendar or to-do list makes it really hard to resist incorporating this into my desk setup. I'm not sponsored or affiliated with Anker in any way, unfortunately, but I just have genuinely been using their chargers and products for as long as I can remember. So anytime I have friends or family looking to get a charger, I always recommend Anker first, just because of the quality of the build, the design. They charge fast, they're super sleek and minimal, and just all around great products. Keeping my desk tidy and organized is something that I've always struggled with in the past, but this next item helped fix that for me, and that is a good monitor stand. This upgrade is a must, especially if you use an external monitor, as it will allow you to dial in the perfect ergonomic height for your monitor so you don't get that slumped over neck posture. Depending on the kind you get, it can also add to the aesthetics of your setup while doubling as storage. Mine has these nice little drawers where I can hide away items that I maybe frequently use but don't really want to clutter up the surface of my desk. Monitor stands can definitely range in quality and price, from kind of the cheap lower quality ones all the way to these super expensive, beautifully handcrafted ones. If you're new to monitor stands, I would probably just recommend getting something on the low to mid tier, as it'll still get the job done and you can always upgrade to something nicer later. Although I will say, now that I've gotten this particular one with these nice little storage compartments, I would definitely recommend looking for a monitor stand that also has a similar feature, because it really helps me personally abide by kind of the core principles of organization and tidying, which is to make sure that every possession that you have has its home and a place that it can be put away to. Now, speaking of monitors, this video is brought to you by BenQ. The biggest upgrade to my setup recently has been the BenQ MA270U monitor, which is specifically designed for MacBook users like myself. I've been using this monitor for a while now, and it's honestly the best one that I've tried, thanks to a few key features. The first thing I noticed is the colors of the 4K display, which feel way more crisp and vibrant than any other monitor I've used, which always felt felt a little dull in comparison to the built-in screen on my MacBook. And I found out that this is thanks to the Mac Colors technology, which is built in to match the display of your MacBook. It connects via USB Type-C and will charge your laptop through the same cable and has multiple USB ports, which means no need to fiddle with HDMI cables or dongles. And it's really perfect if you're on a budget, because now you no longer need to get a docking station like the CalDigit I mentioned at the start of the video, because you can keep external hard drives or other accessories plugged directly into the monitor. With BenQ's Display Pilot 2 software, you can directly control the monitor settings, brightness, resolution, blue light, etc., which is honestly such a quality of life upgrade compared to other monitors I've used in the past where I had to fiddle around on the back with these random buttons, which is super annoying. And once you install the software, you can also control the brightness and volume of the monitor with your Mac's own keyboard, just as you would with the built-in display. This monitor looks so nice and is easy to set up that I actually got rid of my other second monitor and now only use this BenQ monitor alongside my laptop. So if you're looking for a high quality Mac friendly monitor that won't break the bank, I'll leave a link in the description to this monitor. Thank you to BenQ for sponsoring this video. If you spend a lot of time working at your desk, you need to have a high quality mouse. I remember back in the day when I used to use just cheap mice or even the Apple Magic Mouse, I started to get this weird sort of numbing pain along the side of my forearm. I did some research and found out that this is a common result of using a certain type of mice where it makes you kind of twist your wrist or your hand to this kind of position where your palm is facing your desk. And this puts a lot of kind of unnatural pressure on this nerve that goes up and down your arm. So if you have it like this all the time, you're doing this weird kind of twisting motion and that can cause issues. But then once I upgraded to this Logitech mouse, I believe it's the MX Master 3, that pain on my arm basically went away instantly and I haven't felt it since. Not only does this mouse have a clean aesthetic design that allows your hand to sit in this more natural position, but it also has these different buttons and scroll wheel on the side, which can be mapped to specific shortcuts in various applications, which can speed up your workflow for various repetitive tasks. So if you're looking to just get one mouse and call it a day and never have to worry about upgrading it, then I would definitely recommend this MX Master 3 from Logitech. This next upgrade is possibly the single most important one if you're going to get something, maybe even more so than the desk itself, and that is getting a proper chair. These days we have to spend so much time sitting down, and so I always recommend that people get frequent exercise, take mini walks throughout the day, or at least use a standing desk. But at a certain point, we're going to have to spend a significant amount of time sitting down, so we might as well get the best chair that we can. I'm all for saving money, but with something that we use this frequently and that has such a big impact on our health and just our willingness to sit down at our desk and do productive work, I think it's definitely worth investing into a good chair. I personally use the Steelcase Leap V2. It's the best chair that I've ever tried, but it's definitely pretty expensive. But I did learn a little hack from a friend of mine, which is to go onto Craigslist and search for chair and just periodically refresh the site. And you'll likely come across some pretty high quality chairs like Steelcase or Herman Miller for a major discount. I think I got mine for like $200 or so, which is like 80% off of retail value. So definitely give that a try or look for other chairs within your budget. This next upgrade won't cost you much, but it's definitely worth it in my opinion, and that is a desk mat. It's more of a subtle upgrade, but really pulls everything together. It protects my desk, provides a great surface for my mouse, and just looks great in contrast with the face of my desk. This next item is a fundamental piece of any desk setup that you don't want to skip out on, and that is a good power strip. Again, with any sort of chargers, I usually recommend Anker. So I got this Anker power strip, which powers everything in my setup without turning things into one giant mess of cables. These new Anker power strips have both USB-A and Type-C ports, which makes them super convenient for charging any of my devices. And at the end of the day, I can just click the button on the power strip to shut down my entire setup. Lastly, I want to hear from you. Are there any other essential desk setup upgrades that I missed out on this video? What are your favorite parts of your own desk setup? Let me know down in the comments. I'll also leave links to the BenQ monitor and everything else that I use down in the description. Do something today that your future self would thank you for.